Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you all to the third quarterfinal contest. This one is a blockbuster one. It is between the Pentecost University and the University of Education Winneba. A place at the semi-final is at stake. Two schools have already booked their place at the semi-final: the University of Cape Coast and the Valley View University. One of our two schools today will qualify to join the two schools who are already there. This is a Tertiary Business Sense Challenge, and I welcome you all to the third quarterfinal contest. The program is brought to us by Graphic Business in partnership with the Institute of Chartered Accountants Ghana. Our sponsors: Glyco Life, PwC, Gold Ghana, Papaya Fast Foods, Zenith University College, EPP Book Services, Ghana National Association of Teachers, Compu Ghana, GCB Bank, and MTN Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome once again. The contest before us is a repeat of what happened last year. At the same stage last year, the two schools met. That time it was won by the University of Education Winneba. That time, University of Education Winneba was the defending national champion. All of those are different now. For Pentecost University, they joined Tertiary Business Sense Challenge in 2023. In 2023, they were at the zonal final where they came third. At the national level, they lost to the KNUST. 2024, they came back. They lost at the zonal semi-final to the University of Ghana. At the round of 16, they lost to the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, but they still managed to qualify to the quarterfinal stage where they lost to the University of Education Winneba. 2025, at the zonal level, they lost again to the University of Ghana at the semi-final stage. At the round of 16, they lost to the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and they find themselves at the quarterfinal stage again, a similar script to what transpired last year. But this year they are determined to right the wrongs. They are determined to give UEW a taste of their own medicine from last year. For University of Education, they joined TBSC in 2019. They are looking to make the 6th consecutive semi-final appearance. They are one of the very few schools in that category. Already they have been in 5 consecutive semi-finals. This will be their 6th, should they be able to make it. They are 1-time national champion, 2-time zonal champion. They have what it takes to get to the semi-final, but they have to do it the hard way. They have to do it the very difficult way by defeating a determined Pentecost University. With a round of applause, please let's welcome the contestants from both schools to take their seats upstage. So, gentlemen and ladies, you are welcome.
Thank you.
UEW. UEW. You are welcome on stage.
Thank you, sir.
Please introduce yourselves.
Okay, my name is Ashimi Audu, BB Accounting level 300.
Apente Matilda Jima, BB Accounting level 400.
Fiasieron Kojo, BB Accounting final year.
Who do we have from Pentecost University?
Donko Abigail, accounting level 200.
Abraham Mensah, accounting level 300. Dennis Entry, logistics level 300.
You are welcome, gentlemen and lady. So, Pentecost University, last year at this same stage, you lost to the University of Education Winneba. Is that not going to play any flashbacks, or won't it play any role in the contest today?
So, what we've been living by is the fact that there's no mountain that is too high to climb. We don't, you're not afraid of anything. We just do what we can.
Okay.
Yeah. But we are kind of slippery. So,
Yeah.
wait and see.
All right. How has the preparation been?
It's been kind of tough because there hasn't been so much time relative to what we have to cover.
Okay.
Yeah, but we believe we've covered enough, and we'll see what we can do.
All right. I wish you well.
Thank you.
UEW. So last year you were at this same stage with this opponent. How differently have you prepared than what you did last year?
Okay, so we have prepared very well, and we are determined to do it better this time.
You have been to the semi-final for 5 consecutive times. Should you qualify, this will be your 6th time. Does that place any sort of pressure on you to be able to equal the record of your predecessors?
Well, this is no pressure to us because we have a solid team and then we have a good coach behind us, so we are okay.
I wish you the very best of luck.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, they are seated. They've run their mouth. They are ready for the contest. I am ready. The contest is going to be organized in 5 rounds, 6 rounds actually. Round 1 is on theory, round 2 calculations, round 3 business case of the day. Round 4 graphic business segment, round 5 true or false. The 6th round will be on riddles. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do battle. My name, of course, is Al Hassan Yusuf Trawili. And you know what I love? I love academic violence like this. We don't do that here. We don't want peace. Want violence always. All right, so we are beginning from round 1 theory. I'm going to start with you, Pentecost University. Now in this round, I'm going to ask you some theory questions. You have 10 seconds within which to give me an answer if it's your major question. 5 seconds if it's your bonus. Each of you will attempt 6 major questions. For 3 points, a major question, 1 point, a bonus question. Common preamble to the two of you. Common preamble. Modern career management goes beyond vertical progression and job titles. Understanding career-related challenges such as derailment, self-directed development, organizational limitations is crucial for sustaining long-term employee engagement and performance. You are to identify the career development concept illustrated in each of the following scenarios and explain one implication it has for employee or organization development. You have to justify your answer. Identify the career development concept illustrated in each scenario and explain one implication it has for employee or organizational development. Please, are you okay? All right. Let me begin with you, Pentecost University. Daniel has worked in the same middle-level managerial role for over a decade. Although he performs reliably, he notices that his responsibilities have remained stagnant and opportunities for promotion or skill growth are scarce. Daniel has worked in the same mid-level managerial role for over a decade. Although he performs reliably, he notices that his responsibilities have remained stagnant and opportunities for promotion or skill growth are scarce.
Okay, so the career development here is training and development, whereby he needs to, and the implication is that he's going to get an additional education or an additional knowledge about the field he's studying, so that he can be promoted to the top level management.
That is not acceptable. Bonus to UEW.
So this concept you are talking about is organizational limitation. The employee is not able to develop due to limitations that are found in the organization, and this would lead to an implication that when you have undeveloped workforce, it will lead to lower productivity or lower efficiency.
Unfortunately, I will accept that as well. Now your major question, UEW. Okay. So Celestine, despite her qualifications and successful project leadership, notices that only men are consistently promoted into senior management roles at her company. Celestine, despite her qualifications and successful project leadership, notices that only men are consistently promoted into senior management roles at her company.
With this, we'll look at the glass ceiling or the organizational limitation due to the fact that only men are promoted to the senior management. It will lead to low motivation. The implication will be that it will lead to low motivation when it comes to the women workforce.
Yes, glass ceiling is correct. Glass ceiling is the correct answer. Next set of questions. Still beginning with Pentecost University. Common preamble. Pricing decisions require a deep understanding of how consumers respond to price changes. Different elasticity types influence whether total revenue or total expenditure, that's from the consumer side, increases, decreases, or remains constant when price shifts. You have to identify the type of price elasticity of demand illustrated in each scenario and explain its impact on total expenditure. Justify your answer. Identify the type of price elasticity of demand illustrated in the scenarios and explain its impact on total expenditure. Pentecost University. A pharmaceutical company reduces the price of a rare life-saving drug from $5,000 to $4,000. All patients continue buying exactly one dose per month as before, since demand is medically necessary. A pharmaceutical company reduces the price of a rare life-saving drug from $5,000 to $4,000. All patients continue buying exactly one dose per month as before, since demand is medically necessary.
So we have the elasticity of demand to be a perfectly inelastic demand, whereby when there is a change in price, still quantity remains the same. And the implication it has on total expenditure is total expenditure keeps on, or total expenditure stays the same because, and also because the price has reduced, it will help consumers to also save some money because the price has reduced from 5,000 to 4,000 Ghana cedis.
It's fine, I'll accept that. It's okay. Yes. But the explanation you gave does not tally with what you said about the total expenditure. But the explanation, perhaps I think, will make up for that, so it's okay. UEW. A digital streaming platform lowers its monthly price from 50 cedis to 40 cedis. In response, subscriptions jump by 35%. A digital streaming platform lowers its monthly price from 50 cedis to 40 cedis. In response, subscriptions jump by 35%.
So with this, prices were decreased by 25%, but the changes in purchase increased by 35%. So this is an elastic demand, which means that the reduction in price will mean that more people would purchase the product. So so this will lead to the total expenditure of the customers would. The total expense of customers will decrease due to the fact that will decrease due to the fact that there has been a decrease in price of the commodity.
Okay. So what I gave to Pentecost University, I'm going to do same. Actually, total expenditure will increase, but the explanation justifies its elastic demand, so I'll accept that as well, because I did it for Pentecost. So the effect is that total expenditure will actually increase, not decrease, but it's fine. Next set of questions, still with you, Pentecost. Islamic finance requires that all financial transactions comply with Sharia principles, emphasizing ethical behavior, asset backing, and risk sharing. Investors and financial institutions must evaluate each product structure for compliance. Identify the Islamic finance principle illustrated in each scenario and explain its application or justification under Sharia. Please, did you get a question? Pentecost University. Two parties, Arafat Limited and Zain Limited, jointly contribute capital to co-own and operate a logistic business. Both firms participate actively in decision-making, share profit based on agreed ratios, and absorb losses in proportion to their investments. Two parties, Arafat and Zain, jointly contribute capital to co-own and operate a logistics business. Both firms participate actively in decision-making, share profit based on agreed ratios, and absorb losses in proportion to their investments.
So the Islamic finance principle here is musharaka. This is because the two parties are contributing capital and sharing profit proportionately, and they're also sharing losses at the same time.
That is correct. UEW, University of Education Winneba, an Islamic venture capital fund enters into a contract where it provides capital to a halal certified agribusiness. The agreement specifies that profit will be shared 70-30, while any losses will be borne solely by the investor unless caused by negligence. An Islamic venture capital fund enters into a contract where it provides capital to a halal certified agribusiness. The agreement specifies that profits will be shared 70-30, while any losses will be borne solely by the investor unless caused by negligence.
So with this, we have the mudaraba, because one party provides capital and the other person takes care of the operations.
Yes. Next, I'm going to begin with UEW, University of Education Winneba. You are starting for us. Common preamble. In modern marketing, firms adopt various strategic approaches to engage consumers and build brand loyalty. These approaches differ in their methods, timing, and underlying goals. Identify the marketing strategy illustrated in each scenario and explain its core objective. Justify your classification. Identify the marketing strategy illustrated in each scenario, explain its core objective, and justify your classification. UEW. A new cosmetic brand spray paints striking visual messages on sidewalks in key urban areas overnight, grabbing public attention and generating buzz across social media platforms. A new cosmetic brand spray paints striking visual messages on sidewalks in key urban areas overnight, grabbing public attention and generating buzz across social media platforms.
Okay, so we have the ambient marketing. This is because the organization is taking advantage of the public spaces around, and then they are leveraging on that to advertise their product. And the objective is that they want to get more public awareness of their products.
Can I use this word marketing? I didn't hear the word.
Ambient marketing strategy. Ambient.
Ambient. So okay, that's fine. But I'm not taking that. Bonus is available to you, Pentecost. You've been bailed out. I'll give the answer later. Now your major question, Pentecost University. CompuGhana partners with a well-known lifestyle vlogger to feature its newest smartwatch in a week-long series showing how it fits into the user's fitness routine. CompuGhana partners with a well-known lifestyle vlogger to feature its newest smartwatch in a week-long series showing how it fits into the user's fitness routine.
We have the influencer marketing strategy whereby they are using influencers to or vloggers or blogs to market their product.
That is correct. That is correct. So in University of Education, you also have guerrilla marketing. Guerrilla marketing. All right. Next set of questions. Still beginning with the University of Education Winneba. Common preamble to the two schools. In sustainable supply chain management, organizations are increasingly adopting environmentally responsible practices to handle product returns, excess materials, and end-of-life items. The 3 R's play a key role in reverse logistics and sustainability efforts. Identify the reverse logistics principles illustrated in each scenario and explain how it contributes to sustainability or operational efficiency. Justify your answer. 1 attempt only. Identify the reverse logistics principle illustrated in each scenario and explain how it contributes to sustainability or operational efficiency. You will need to justify your answer. You have 1 attempt only. UEW. A textile manufacturer works with third-party partners to process post-consumer clothing waste into fiber, which is then used in the production of new fabric for future garment lines. A textile manufacturer works with third-party partners to process post-consumer clothing waste into fiber, which is then used in the production of new fabric for future garment lines.
So we have reuse. This is where the material that has already been used to produce an item is being reused by the company in the production of new items. So they use product that they can reuse them again.
I'll not take that. Bonus is available to Pentecost University.
So we have the recycle because they are they are using they are using a product to manufacture another using the byproduct to manufacture another product. So it's the recycle.
I'll accept that. Now your major question, Pentecost University. A manufacturer redesigns its packaging to use fewer materials, resulting in lighter shipment and reduced transportation cost. A manufacturer redesigns its packaging to use fewer materials, resulting in lighter shipments and reduced transportation costs.
So we have reduce, where they are reducing the quantity to reduce cost, as in the fuel cost, transportation cost, and other costs.
That is correct. And now our last set of questions for this round. Common preamble to the two of you. Common preamble. Modern tax systems increasingly rely on the self-assessment model. This approach aims to promote voluntary compliance, reduce administrative burdens, and improve revenue mobilization. However, its success depends on active participation and integrity of taxpayers. Now, University of Education Winneba, mention 3 benefits of self-assessment to the tax authorities. 3 benefits of self-assessment to the tax authorities.
One, it saves them time, the time that they used to go around to collect the tax. So, it helps them to get more revenue since there is compliance on the side of the customer, and also it is cost effective. So it saves them cost of collecting. So it saves them time. It saves them the cost they will incur in collecting the revenue.
That is correct. And now the last question for this round goes to Pentecost University. Mention 3 rules or responsibilities of the taxpayer under self-assessment. Mention 3 responsibilities of the taxpayer under self-assessment.
So the rules for it is be honest with filing the taxes. Also, they must file the tax anytime it is due, and also
please continue. Give me the answer now, or shall I take it that you are done?
And they should record the right amount when doing self-assessment.
All right. So you've done well. 2 out of 3. Please show some love to them, eh? Yes. On that note, we come to the end of round 1. End of round 1, ladies and gentlemen. It is the contest between the University of Education Winneba and the Pentecost University. A place in the semi-final is at stake. We already have the Valley View University and the University of Cape Coast in waiting. One of these 2 schools will qualify to join them at the semi-final stage. We have 5 more rounds to go. It is a 6-round contest. At the end of round 1, the scores. At the end of round 1, UEW had 12 points. Pentecost University had 15 points. We are going into round 2, which will involve calculations. You are free to use your calculators. You will have 30 seconds within which to give me an answer. And 2 attempts only if it's your major question. 1 attempt if it's a bonus. 5 seconds if it's a bonus question. Please, are you ready? Each of you will attempt 6 major questions. The round commences from the University of Education Winneba, UEW. Here is an extract of the income statement of Dallas Limited for the year ended 31st December 2024. Revenue, 1.2 million cedis. Cost of sales, 840,000 cedis. Operating expenses, 80,000 cedis. Net profit, 760,000 cedis. Assuming 60% of operating expenses relate to finance cost, calculate the percentage of finance cost in the common size income statement. I'll take it again. You have the following extract of the income statement of Dallas Limited for the year ended 31st December 2024. Revenue is 1.2 million cedis. Cost of sales, 840,000 cedis. Operating expenses, 80,000 cedis. Net profit, 760,000 cedis. Assuming 60% of operating expenses relate to finance cost, calculate the percentage of finance cost in the common size income statement.
4%.
Yes, that is correct. Pentecost University, you have the following extract of the statement of financial position of Kumsin Limited as at 31st December 2022. Non-current assets, 160,000. Current asset 40,000. Current liabilities 35,000. Non-current liabilities 120,000. Accumulated fund is 45,000. Assuming PPE constitutes 80% of non-current assets, calculate the percentage of PPE in the common size statement of financial position. You have the following extract of the statement of financial position of Kumsin Limited. As at 31st December 2022, non-current asset 160,000, current asset 40,000, current liabilities 35,000, non-current liabilities 120,000, and then the accumulated fund is 45,000. Assuming PPE constitutes 80% of non-current assets, calculate the percentage of PPE in the common size statement of financial position.
We had 2.84.
It is not correct. You have one other chance.
$0.8.
No, that is not correct. Bonus to UEW.
Okay, so we have 0.64.
Yes, that is correct. Next set of question, UEW, you are starting again for us. Pabini Limited had a contract with Papaya to deliver services for 600,000 cedis with expected cost of 360,000 cedis. Pabini had already incurred 40,000 cedis in non-recoverable preparatory costs before Papaya gave notice of anticipatory breach. Pabini then secured a replacement contract worth 500,000 cedis with cost of 325,000 cedis. Calculate the net damages Pabini may claim for the anticipatory breach. Pabini Limited had a contract with Papaya to deliver services for 600,000 cedis with expected cost of 360,000 cedis. Pabini had already incurred 40,000 cedis in non-recoverable preparatory costs before Papaya gave notice of anticipatory breach. Pabini then secured a replacement contract worth 500,000 with cost of 325,000 cedis. Calculate the net damages Pabini may claim for the anticipatory breach.
$140,000.
No, it is not 140. You have one other chance.
We have 645,000.
It is not 645,000. Bonus is available to you, Pentecost University.
We had 100,000.
No, it is not 100. Quite close, but not 100. I'll give you your major question. So I'll give you the answer later. Your major question, Pentecost. EPP Books entered a contract to supply consulting services to Zenith University for 700,000 cedis with expected cost of 420,000 cedis. Before work began, Zenith University indicated it will not honor the contract. By that time, EPP Books had incurred 50,000 cedis in non-recoverable project setup cost. EPP Books managed to secure an alternative contract worth 600,000 cedis, but with higher delivery cost of 400,000 cedis. Calculate the net damages arising from the anticipatory breach. EPP Books entered a contract to supply consulting services to Zenith University for 700,000 cedis with expected cost of 420,000 cedis. Before work began, Zenith University indicated it would not honor the contract. By that time, EPP Books had incurred 50,000 cedis in non-recoverable project setup costs. EPP Books managed to secure an alternative contract worth 600,000, but with higher delivery cost of 400,000. Calculate the net damages arising from the anticipatory breach.
We had 530,000.
No, please, it's not 530,000. You have one other chance.
$50,000.
It is not 50,000. You've exhausted your chances. Bonus is available to UEW.
50,340.
Which figures
50340.
No, it is 130,000. 130,000. And the earlier question I asked was 105,000. The earlier one that I asked was 105,000. Yes. All right, so we go on. Next set of questions. This time, okay, still beginning with UEW. Still beginning with UEW. MTN Ghana is implementing a unified communication system, that is emails, chat, video conference, etc., for 300 employees. The setup cost is 120,000 to be amortized over 4 years. Annual maintenance, 15,000 cedis. Usage cost, 3 cedis per user per day. Licensing, first 200 users cost 100 cedis per user per month. Remaining users cost 120 cedis per user per month. Productivity loss during training, 3 days per user at 60 cedis per day. Assuming training happens once in year 1 only. Calculate the total year 1 cost of the system, factoring in all components. MTN Ghana is implementing a unified communication system for 300 employees. The setup cost is 120,000 cedis to be amortized over 4 years. Annual maintenance cost is 15,000 cedis. Usage is 3 cedis per user per day. Licensing cost, first 200 users cost 100 cedis per user per month. Remaining users cost 120 cedis per user per month. Productivity loss during the training, 3 days per user at 60 cedis per day. Assuming training happens once in a year only. Calculate the total year 1 cost of the system, factoring in all components.
$15,300.
It is not correct. No, I won't take that as well. Bonus is available to Pentecost University.
So we have it to be
Go ahead.
45,400.
That is not correct. That is not correct. Now your major question, Pentecost University. PwC plans to roll out a biometric access control system across all its buildings for 400 employees. The setup cost is 160,000 cedis amortized over 4 years. Annual maintenance cost is 18,000 cedis. Usage cost is 2.5 cedis per employee per day. Licensing, first 250 users pay 90 cedis per month. Additional users pay 110 cedis per month. Productivity loss during system onboarding, 2 days per employee at 80 cedis per day. And this occurs only in year 1. Calculate the total year 1 cost of the system. PwC plans to roll out a biometric access control system across all its buildings for 400 employees. The setup cost is 160,000 cedis to be amortized over 4 years. Annual maintenance cost 18,000 cedis. Usage cost 2.5 cedis per employee per day. Licensing cost, first 250 users pay 90 cedis per month. Additional users pay 110 cedis per month. Productivity loss during system onboarding is 2 days per employee at 80 cedis per day, and this occurs only in year 1. Calculate the total year 1 cost of the system.
Okay, so we have 454,110.
It is not correct. You have one other chance. Okay, you've been bailed out. Bonus for UEW.
We have 476,600.
No, it is 955,000. So there's a setup cost of 160,000 amortized over 4 years. So you divide by 4, you have 40,000 cedis. Annual maintenance cost is 18,000, so you add that. Usage cost is 2.5 cedis per employee per day. So there are 400 employees, so 2.5 times 400 times 365 days. So that should give you about 365,000 or so. Then there's licensing costs. We are told that the first 250 users pay 90 cedis per month. So 250 times 90 times 12, because it is per month, and there are 12 months in a year. The additional users, that is 150, they pay 110 cedis per month. So 150 times 110 times 12. And then productivity loss is also added. 2 days per employee. Yes, it's very possible. Next set of questions. This time I'm beginning with you, Pentecost University. Papi Limited reported a net profit before tax of 120,000 cedis for the financial year. Included in the profit are non-cash expenses, such as depreciation of 25,000 cedis and a loss on disposal of equipment amounting to 3,000 cedis. During the year, receivables increased by 7,000 cedis, while payables decreased by 6,000 cedis. Interest paid was 12,000 cedis. Calculate the cash flow from operating activities using the indirect method. Papi Limited reported a net profit before tax of 120,000 cedis for the financial year. Included in the profit are non-cash expenses such as depreciation of 25,000 cedis and a loss on disposal of equipment amounting to 3,000 cedis. During the year, receivables increased by 7,000 cedis, payables decreased by 6,000 cedis, interest paid was 12,000 cedis. Calculate the cash flow from operating activities using the indirect method.
Okay. So we have the we have it to be 98,700.
It is not correct. You have one other chance. You've been bailed out. Sorry. Bonus for UEW.
67,000.
It is not correct. It is not correct. So I advise that you take your time and listen to the question well. Next set of questions. Okay, next question for you, UEW. Your major question. Yomle Limited recorded a net profit before tax of 200,000 cedis. Included in the profit were depreciation of 40,000 cedis, amortization of 15,000 cedis, provision for doubtful debt 5,000 cedis. In terms of the working capital movement, receivables increased by 8,000. Inventory increased by 12,000. Payables decreased by 6,000. And the interest paid was 14,000. Calculate the cash flow from operating activities using the indirect method. Yomle Limited recorded a net profit before tax of 200,000 cedis. Included in the profit were depreciation of 40,000, amortization of 15,000, provision for doubtful debt 5,000, working capital movement, receivables increased by 8,000, inventory increased by 12,000, payables decreased by 6,000, and the interest paid was 14,000. Calculate the cash flow from operating activities using the indirect method.
$248,000.
No, you have another chance.
Interest, do you add it all? Interest, do you add it all? You list it. So we have.
We have
234,000.
200 and what?
34,000.
No, not exact. Bonus for you, Pentecost.
We have 204,000.
No, it's 220,000. 220,000. Next set of questions. Pentecost University, Papaya Fast Foods, is forecasting sales using the 3-month moving average and exponential smoothing. The sales data for the last 3 months is as follows. Month 1, 100,000 cedis. Month 2, 120,000 cedis. Month 3, 130,000 cedis. The exponential smoothing constant is 0.4. What are the forecasts for month 4 using both methods? Papaya Fast Foods is forecasting sales using both the 3-month moving average and the exponential smoothing. The sales data for the last 3 months is as follows. Month 1 is 100,000 cedis, 2 is 120,000, 3 is 130,000. The exponential smoothing constant is 0.4. What are the forecasts for month 4 using both methods?
You have 64,000.
No, it's not correct. Bonus is available to UEW.
So for the moving average, we have 116.67, and for the exponential smoothing, we have 138.8.
For a bonus, I'm not accepting that. For a bonus, I'm not accepting that. So one of the figures you gave is correct, one is wrong, but for a bonus, I cannot give part. So now your major question, UEW. CompuGhana recorded the following monthly sales. Month 1 is 80,000, 2 is 85,000, and the 3 is 90,000. The smoothing constant is 0.3. Calculate the month 4 forecast using both the 3-month moving average and the exponential smoothing. Assume month 1 actual is equal to the initial forecast. I take it again. CompuGhana recorded the following monthly sales. Month 1 is 80,000. Month 2, 85,000. Month 3 is 90,000. The smoothing constant is 0.3. Calculate the month 4 forecast using both the 3-month moving average and the exponential smoothing. Assume month 1 actual is equal to the initial forecast.
We have for the moving average 85,000, for exponential smoothing 87,550.
You have one other chance to come back. Okay, so you've been bailed out. I'm giving you 2 out of 3. All right, so what you also need to know is that even if you are using both methods, the difference should not be that wide. Okay, so once you are getting wide difference, it means there's a problem somewhere. I hope you get that. All right, now last set of questions for this round. Last set of questions. Beginning with you, Pentecost University. Mallory Limited is a VAT-registered textile manufacturing company approved by the ministry responsible for trade and industry. The company made an all-inclusive tax payable of 115,000 cedis for the month of May 2025. Compute the relevant national health insurance levy payable. Mallory Limited is a VAT-registered textile manufacturing company approved by the ministry responsible for trade and industry. The company made an all-inclusive tax payable of 115,000 cedis for the month of May 2025. Compute the relevant NHIL levy that it was payable.
So we have 22,358.49.
Yes, that is correct. Now, UEW, Wentima Limited is a VAT-registered textile manufacturing company, also approved by the ministry. The They made all-inclusive tax payable of 95,000 cedis for the month of June 2025. Compute the relevant COVID-19 levy tax payable. So the company made an all-inclusive tax payable of 95,000 cedis for the month of June 2025. You are to compute the relevant COVID-19 levy tax payable.
We have 779.33.
Yes, that is correct. On that note, we come to the end of round 2. Ladies and gentlemen, please show some love to them on stage. It is not easy. Pentecost University, how is it going so far? Why are you pushing the mic for him? You don't want to talk.
It's not going as expected, but we are planning to do well in the next round.
Okay. UEW, is it going as expected?
Not as expected.
Okay. All right. We will see how the subsequent rounds go. And now our scores for round 2. At the end of round 2, Pentecost University had 3 points. University of Education Winneba had 9 points. We are going into round 3, which is a business case of the day. And this round, both schools will be presented with a common problem. They are supposed to work as a team and come up with one solution. It is a case on taxation. You may pick it up. Quite simple and straightforward. So let's read it together. Dallas Limited started operation on 1st January 2016 and declared tax losses as follows. So 2016, 200,000, 2017, 100,000, 2018, 300, 2019, 50, 2021, 50, 2021, 1,000, and 2022, 500. In 2023 year of assessment, the company declared a profit of 800,000 cedis. Required, assuming a tax rate of 25%, determine the tax payable by Dallas Limited in 2023 year of assessment if I, the company operates in one of the specified priority areas. II, the company operates in a non-priority sector. B, mention any 2 priority sectors as provided for in the Income Tax Act as amended and Regulation 19 of the Income Tax Regulations 2016 LI 2244. So that is a business case of the day. You have 10 minutes to produce your solution. You may start now. All right. Thank you very much. So our contestants were given a very simple problem. The financial statement or extracts for an entity, the tax records of an entity, and they were supposed to do some computations. So assuming there was a tax rate of 25%, determine the tax that was payable by Dallas Limited for 2023 year of assessment if the company operates in a specified priority area or the company operates in a non-priority area. And they were also supposed to mention two priority areas as provided in the Income Tax Act as amended by Regulation 19 of the Income Tax Regulations. So it is fairly simple. Now there are two main issues here. When a company is in the priority sector, they are supposed to be charged tax, or they can, as it may, roll over or deduct their tax losses for a period of 5 years. But where they are not in a priority sector, then they can deduct for only after 3 years. So once you know that principle, it then becomes very easy to go on with. So when we take the first one, that company is specified in a priority sector. So the assessable income is 800,000. And then if we look at the 5 years, beginning from the most recent year, 2022, 21, 2019, and then 18, those are summed together, and we have a chargeable income of 298,500. That is after deducting the unrelieved loss from the assessable income. Once you tax it at 25%, you have 74,625 cedis. If you're able to do this correct, you have 4 marks. For the company that is not in a priority sector, similar approach, the chargeable income is 800,000, just that the unrelieved loss will be for only the 3 most recent years. That's 2022, 21, and then 2020. And then you have a chargeable income of 648,500. Tax at 25%, you have 162,125. If you do this well, you also get another 4 points. The second part of the question was for them to mention any 2 priority sectors as provided for in the Income Tax Act. So the Act is quite specific with those areas that are in the priority sector. You have sectors like minerals and mining operations, petroleum operations, energy and power, manufacturing business, farming, agro-processing, tourism, and then ICT. That's specifically software development. These are the specific ones that are mentioned in the Act. If you're able to mention any 2, you have another 2 marks, and that should give you 10 out of 10. Now let's look at what our people did, beginning with Pentecost University. They started with the first one, priority sector. They were able to compute, identify the assessable income, and then arrived at a tax payable of 74,625. So they got the 4 marks there for the first part. The second one, I'm not sure they knew what they were doing, so they could not deal with the second one well. So there was nothing for the second one. But they indicated the two priority sectors. They wrote mining sector and then petroleum sectors, and that's also correct. So for the IF4, they get 6 out of 10. For UEW, they did the first one correct. They ended up having tax payable of 74,625. That's correct. And then for the non-priority sector, they ended up getting 162,125, which is also correct. They got a 4 points. The priority sector is where they had a problem. Okay. All right, so health and education sector is not correct, but they have mining and then petroleum sectors. But actually, mining and petroleum are separate, so I'll give that to them. So for their effort, they got 10 out of 10. So I think they went further. They were trying to teach me the tax law. They said there's a new tax law, and there's no longer a non-priority sector. Is that what you are saying? Yes. Okay. All right, so for the IF4, they get 10 out of 10. So at the end of round 3, Pentecost University had 6 points, UEW had 10 points. So we are going into round 4. If there are any substitutions, you may want to do it now if you so wish. Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome.
Thank you.
Please introduce yourself, beginning with Pentecost.
I'm Christabel Eliklim Hag, level 300 accounting.
Okay, and who do we have from UEW?
Felix Amakuble, Bachelor of Science, Accounting Education, level 400.
All right, you are welcome once again.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so we are beginning this round from the Pentecost University. Each of you will attempt 6 major questions. For a major question, you have 10 seconds to give me an answer. If it's a bonus, you have 5 seconds. 2 attempts only at a major question unless otherwise indicated. For a bonus, you have 1 attempt only. Please, are you ready? Pentecost, are you ready? UEW, are you ready? All right, beginning this round from Pentecost, like I said. PU, Cristiano Ronaldo's blockbuster contract extension with Al Nassr is more than just a headline-grabbing sports deal. It represents a strategic masterstroke that redefines the commercial landscape of global football. Even at 40, Ronaldo remains football's most marketable name. His global following, that is over 600 million across social media platforms, translates into unmatched reach for sponsors and host nations. Now, Pentecost University, mention 3 takeaways for business leaders and sports from Ronaldo's blockbuster contract extension.
We have the rethinking in alignment, we have the value-driven initiative, and we have the sport as a soft power.
I'll take that. That is correct. UEW, Mohamed Kudus may be enjoying the off-season sunshine in Accra, but back in London, a full-blown transfer storm is brewing. In any case, that storm is over. He's now at Spurs. Mention the 3 key takeaways for business executives on the transfer of Mohamed Kudus. Mention the 3 key takeaways for business executives on the transfer of Mohamed Kudus.
So we have rising asset value, market disruption, and global branding potential.
Yes, that is correct. Common preamble to the 2 schools. Common preamble. Still beginning with Pentecost. Till now, no foreign business has been cited for unethical business practice in Ghana. Nevertheless, it is worthwhile for them to consider ethical investment by offering shares to Ghanaians on the Ghana Stock Exchange. In his article on ethical dilemmas in international business, Joseph Echampon, Esquire, identifies and congratulates some foreign businesses in Ghana. Mention the 3 of these foreign businesses each. Very simple.
Okay. So we have EcoBank Ghana, we have UBA Bank, and then we have Unilever.
You have what?
Unilever.
Okay, that's fine. UEW?
We have MTN, ShopRite, and KPMG.
Yes. Next set of questions, common preamble. According to a report by Emmanuel Kwame Asante, car prices in Ghana have skyrocketed by over 600% in some cases over the last 3 election cycles, backing the global logic that a stronger city should lead to lower prices. That is a preamble. Now, Pentecost University, what was the price of a Honda Accord, a 2021 Honda Accord in 2024? What is the current price and the percentage increment over the period? What was the price of a 2021 Honda Accord in 2024? What is the current price and what is the percentage increment over that period?
The former price was 350,000. The current price is 450,000, and the percentage change is 28.57%.
1 out of 3. UEW, what was the price of a 2023 Toyota Vitz in 2016? Its current price and the percentage increment over the period. What was the price of a Toyota 2013 Toyota Vitz in 2016? What was the current price and the price increment over the period?
It was 18,000 Ghana cedis. It's now 130,000, and then percentage increment is 6.22%.
Yes. So you missed, it was 400,000, not 450. That's where the problem came from. For the next set of questions, we are beginning with UEW. UEW, common preamble to the 2 of you. Midway through 2025, company executives must pause and evaluate their performance. A planned half-year review is essential, particularly in Ghana and West Africa's dynamic markets, for identifying gaps, adjusting plans, and avoiding costly mistakes. UEW, your major question. So every business owner must understand that their staff are their most valuable assets. A half-year review should contain an honest assessment of your team's performance, motivation, and skill levels. Mention any 3 areas that business owners should prioritize in assessing team performance and productivity. Mention any 3 areas that business owners must prioritize in assessing team performance and productivity.
So they need to ask themselves, check their goals. They need to check the goals that they set and ask themselves whether they are at pace behind or they are ahead. And they also have to check what actually helped them to achieve their goals. And they have to look at the areas they have to check is actually checking their productivity, checking the turnover rates, and checking their, whether they are very happy with the job, whether they are satisfied in the organization.
2 out of 3. So I'm giving you the turnover that you mentioned and then the satisfaction, that's the morale. Now, Pentecost University, financial health is a key measure of corporate performance. Businesses should examine some key financial metrics or areas. Mention any 3 financial areas that business owners should focus on.
Okay. So we have their sales, their expenses, and also and their investment.
I'm giving you 2 out of 3. Yes, so sales, I'll take revenue as sales and then the expenses to be operating costs, so that's fine. So revenue, cost of sales, operating costs, net profit, debt, receivables, and liquidity, or even the cash flow management. Those are areas that they want to look at. Okay, so we will continue. Still with University of Education Winneba, beginning with us. Common preamble to the two schools. Linda Dede Nyenya Inkum wrote an article on farming undercover, promise, risks of greenhouse technology in Ghana, and the July 8th edition of the Graphic Business. Mention any three, so that the question is to both of you. Mention any three greenhouse grown crops according to the Ghana Irrigation Development Authority. So each of you should mention any three greenhouse grown crops according to the Ghana Irrigation Development Authority.
So we have cherry tomato, habanero pepper, and bell pepper.
That's correct. Yes. Pentecost University.
We have the orange flesh melon, we have tomato, and then we have lettuce.
Yes, that's correct. And then our last set of questions for this one, ladies and gentlemen. In the domain of services, it is crucial to distinguish between two closely related yet fundamentally different concepts: customer service and service product. These elements are often used interchangeably in informal conversations, but they serve different strategic purposes within a business context. Identify any three areas of business between customer service and service product each. Explain briefly. Identify and explain briefly any three areas of difference between customer service and service product, beginning with UEW.
So we have the revenue. In terms of revenue, the customer product is not billed alone, so it's non-revenue generating, but the service product is revenue generating. Then in terms of nature, the customer service is a supplementary or auxiliary service, but the service product is the core offering that is being offered to the customer. Then in terms of purpose, the customer product, it enhances the service that is being rendered, but the service product, it solves the needs or the problem of the customer.
Yes, that is correct. And now Pentecost University.
Okay, so we have customer expectation. We also have, with the customer expectation, he distinguished that with the service, the customer service, they try to, the purpose of the customer service is to resolve complaints and also make sure that there are after-sales services. And we also have tangibility of value, whereby with the you have tangibility of value, which talks about the value that the customers are getting after the product has been given to them, and also pertaining to service, that's when they are rendering the service to them, and also the last point is timing of interaction, which talks about the period between which the product is ordered and when the product is delivered to the customer.
That's correct. It's fine. So that is correct, ladies and gentlemen. Please give it up to them. So on that note, we come to the end of round 4. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 more rounds to go. We have the true or false segment and the riddle segment to go. The contest is between the University of Education Winneba and the Pentecost University. A place at the semi-final is at stake. We have 2 schools already at the semi-final stage: the University of Cape Coast and the Valley View University. 1 school from the Southwest Zone, the other from the Southeast Zone. And the 2 schools that we have here are from the Southwest Zone and the Southeast Zone. So, ladies and gentlemen, will it be 2 Southeast zones or will it be 2 Southwest zone against 1? Our scores for round 4. At the end of round 4, Pentecost University had 15 points University of Education at 17 points. All right, so we are going to the true or false segment. And this round, I'm going to read out some statements to you. Your duty is to tell me if the statement is true or false. If you got it correct, you have 2 points. If you got it wrong, -1. Each of you will attempt 6 major questions. You have 10 seconds to give me an answer. I'm beginning this round from the University of Education Winneba. Please, are you ready? UW, are you ready? All right. UW, the completeness assertion is generally more important than existence when auditing revenue. The completeness assertion is generally more important than existence when auditing revenue.
It is false.
Yes. Pentecost University, the valuation and allocation assertion is more relevant than the existence assertion when testing year-end inventory. The valuation and allocation assertion is more relevant than the existence assertion when testing year-end inventory.
False.
It is not false. University of Education Winneba. Novation requires the consent of all parties involved, including any new party introduced. Novation in contract law requires the consent of all parties involved, including any new party introduced.
It is false.
It is not false. Pentecost, discharge by novation renders the original contract void ab initio. Discharge by novation renders the original contract void ab initio.
False.
Yes. UEW. Kaizen costing is most effective during the post-production or implementation phase of a product life cycle. Kaizen costing is most effective during the post-production or implementation phase of a product life cycle.
False.
It is not false. Pentecost. Kaizen costing assumes that the initial product cost is optimal and focuses only on maintaining that level over time. Kaizen costing assumes that the initial product cost is optimal and focuses only on maintaining that level over time.
False.
Yes. This time I'm beginning with you, Pentecost University. If a firm experiences constant returns to scale, its long-run average cost curve will be perfectly flat over the relevant output range. If a firm experiences constant returns to scale, its long-run average cost curve will be perfectly flat over the relevant output range.
The answer is false.
It is not false. UEW. When decreasing returns to scale set in, the firm's long-run marginal cost must lie above its long-run average cost. When decreasing returns to scale set in, the firm's long-run marginal cost must lie above its long-run average cost.
It's true.
It is true. Pentecost University. A share repurchase is considered a negative signal under signaling theory as it reduces dividend payout. Repurchase is considered a negative signal under signaling theory as it reduces dividend payouts.
False.
Yes, it's false. UEW. Under signaling theory, firms with high growth opportunities prefer high dividend payout to demonstrate strong future earnings. Under the signaling theory, firms with high growth opportunities prefer high dividend payouts to demonstrate strong future earnings.
It is true.
It is not true. And now the last set of questions for this round. Last set of questions for this round. Pentecost University. A country's improvement in PEFA scores, that is a Public Expenditure and Financial Accountability Framework. So a country's improvement in PEFA scores over time necessarily indicates a stronger PFM system overall. A country's improvement in PEFA scores over time indicates a stronger PFM performance or PFM system overall.
So we have the answer to be true.
The answer cannot be true. And now the last one for UEW. A country that scores poorly in debt management indicators in PEFA is automatically considered at high risk of debt default. A country that scores poorly in debt management indicators in PEFA is automatically considered at high risk of debt default.
It's false.
It is false. On that note, we come to the end of round 5. We have one final round to go, ladies and gentlemen. A place at the semi-final is at stake. Pentecost University or UEW, the University of Education Winneba. One of these two schools will join the likes of the University of Cape Coast and Valley View University at the semi-final. Our sponsors include Glyco Life, PwC, Gold Ghana, Papaya Fast Food, Zenith University College, ePeople Book Services, Ghana National Association of Teachers, Compu Ghana, GCB Bank, MTN Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our scores for round 5 ready. At the end of round 5, what were the scores? Oh. At the end of round 5, 3-3 are the scores. 3 points each. So now, the final round will decide everything. 5 riddles in all. The riddles are open to both of you. The first school to ring their bell will be required to give an answer in 10 seconds. If you get it correct, you have either 5 points if you answered on first clue, 4 points on second clue, 3 points on any other clue. If you get it wrong, you can no longer partake in that riddle, and the school that is remaining will be given further clues, if any. Let me hear the bell from Pentecost University. University of Education Winneba. Riddle number 1. A key concept in planning and executing an audit. I'm a subset of materiality used to design audit procedures, particularly in sampling. I'm of the opinion that humans are fallible, so I allow for inevitable small errors, while still ensuring the overall financial statements are fairly presented. UEW.
You are tolerable misstatements.
Yes, that is correct. They answered on the third clue. They have 3 points. 3 points answered on the third clue. Riddle number 2. Riddle number 2. A business lending approach in finance or investment. Usually done when the normal route or route of financing, of raising funds is not possible, such as the capital market and normal unsecured or mortgage secured bank. Any kind of lending secured by an asset. These assets may include account receivable financing, inventory financing, equipment financing, or real estate financing. Also usually accompanied by lower interest rates, as in the event of a default, the lender can recoup its investment by seizing and liquidating the asset tied to the loan. More commonly, however, used to describe lending to business and large corporations using assets not normally used in other loans. Who am I? Yes, UEW.
We have asset-backed financing.
Yes. So it was just a trick question. I kept repeating the same things just to F you. Riddle number 3. Riddle number 3. I am a type of share or stock in an entity. I'm often not listed on major stock exchanges and are traded over the counter. People tend to invest in me for speculative gains with a hope for big returns from small investments. I also present a chance to buy into the next big thing. I refer to common shares of small public companies that trade for small amount of money per share. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, refers to me as a security, a financial instrument which represents a given financial value issued by small public companies that trade at less than $5 per share. Who am I? Yes, UW.
Private equity share.
No, that is not correct. It is known, are you answering? Okay. It is known as a penny stock. Penny stock. Riddle number 4. I am a framework in marketing, particularly customer relationship management. I describe the stages a customer goes through in building stronger loyalty and engagement with a brand. University of Education in Winneba.
The customer ladder loyalty.
Yes, of course. They answered on the second clue, 4 points. 4 points on the second clue. And now the last riddle. A set of predefined terms. I'm a set of predefined trade terms used in international sales contracts. The International Chamber of Commerce. You tell me the answer. Just tell me the answer.
Incoterms.
Yes, Incoterms. They answered on the second clue, 4 points. 4 points on the second clue. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the contest. That is the end of the contest, ladies and gentlemen. It has been between Pentecost University and the University of Education Winneba. A place at the semi-final is what they are fighting for. Only one will go to the semi-final this year. Will it be the ladies and gents from Soutium, or will it be the lady and gentlemen from Simpa? So we will take the scores for round 6 and then we'll come back with the final result. Pentecost University had no score in round 6. UEW had 14 points. So we will come back with the final scores. But before then, your overall assessment of the contest, Pentecost University.
Okay, so it's been okay. We've done what we can. Yeah, but it's a competition. It's a competition.
Okay. Your overall assessment, UEW.
So the contest was an interesting one. The opponents are really strong, but we didn't have a really good day today. But we are working every day, improving our capabilities. So we'll come back stronger in our next contest.
All right. And now the final results. Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the contest, at the end of a very interesting contest, Pentecost University had 42 points. University of Education Winneba had 65 points. Please show some love. Clap for all of us on stage. Per these results, the University of Education Winneba qualifies for the 6th consecutive time to go into the semi-final of the Tertiary Business Sense Challenge. Congratulations to you, UEW. I'll see you in the semi-final. Pentecost University, once again, the journey has to end at the quarterfinal stage. Hard luck to you. You did a yeoman's job, but unfortunately, you could not carry the day. We will wish you the very best in your preparation for the 2026 edition of the TBSC, because this is where your journey in this year's competition comes to an end. Thank you so much for coming. Ladies and gentlemen, the contest has concluded. 3 schools have so far made their way to the semi-final. University of Cape Coast, Southwest Zone, Valley View University, Southeast Zone, University of Education Winneba, Southwest Zone. The next contest we will be having will be between the Koforidua Technical University and the University of Ghana. It's been my pleasure coming your way with this very interesting contest. On behalf of my production team, Franklin Sowa, Yvonne Ayi, Stella Logosu, George Dansu, David Ebo, NSJC, Malik Haruna, Emmanuel Amomu, Agnes Ado, Evans Minta, Alfred Akweje, Felix Tai, David Nyama Abubakar, Evans Tayuba, Samuel Ansa, Emmanuel Adi, and Esther. Of course, on behalf of my studio audience and all of those who watch online, my name is Al Hassan Yusuf Traore. Of course, I love academic violence. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now. Yusuf Traore, and I love academic violence.
This means a lot. We are super excited. They've really shown professionalism.
Improve the experience and compliance.
Yes, that is correct.
Champions who have held the trophy for more than 365 days.
You said you used to test hypothesis.
T-test.
No, please.
Radio frequency identification.
Yes.